There's a morning song sung by everyone, and it carries me along. My work here is done, gonna see my son. To thy kingdom come, past the setting sun, I'm headed home. Well, I'm headed.
Hey, Music City Spotlight, hanging out with Chris Ketcham.
How's
What's
it going?
What's up, Chris? What's up? You gonna play us a song or what?
Yeah, I'll play us a song.
Do it.
Just start off with a song?
Yeah.
Let's do it. This is a song I wrote with a girl named Casey Mulkin. She goes by Casey Renee, but I'll just play it.
Whoa. Hold on. She's gonna be cool with us putting it on the internet. She doesn't have any record deal. Anyone could download it.
Yeah, no, she'll be cool.
Okay.
She's just like me. In the same spot that I am. She's a woman. Not really, just like me. I have a beard. Alright, this one's called Cold Spell. It's been a long time since I felt your lips pressed against mine, and my fingertips don't reach for yours anymore. And I've been drifting, you can't pull me back. Then again, you haven't really tried. You let that fire fade to dust. I left you in the rain to rust. It's not enough for both of us to just give up. We couldn't hear our cries for help. We just can't make it by ourselves. Gotta find our spark again. Ignite the fire in our hearts again. We're just going through a cold spell. Yeah, we're just going through a cold spell. It's been a while since I've seen you smile like you love me. But I've met you mile after mile, through every heartache, every long day. Every time I want to run away, I fall back into your hands. 'Cause you let that fire fade to dust. I left you in the rain to rust. It's not enough for both of us just give up. We couldn't hear our cries for help. We just can't make it by ourselves. Gotta find our spark again. Ignite the fire in our hearts again. We're just going through a cold spell. We're just going through a cold spell. And I still love you, I still need you, I still wanna work it out. Might have lost a little faith, but we always come around. We're just going through a cold spell. We're just going through a cold spell.
Nice. So where'd you meet this chick with no beard that you wrote this song with?
I just met her through writing. I was actually working with this guy that was setting up rights for me, just doing it, just kind of wanting to be.
So you do all that Nashville stuff?
do all that Nashville stuff.
Right, with other people.
Yeah, when I first moved down, with strangers. Now, but essentially now I've got like a group of 5 or 6 that like I know it's gonna be just a cool hang, you know, because I feel like it's more about the hang than it is writing music. Sometimes, like sometimes we're gonna get a good song. Most of the times we're gonna get. I'm sorry, cutting you off.
No, go ahead, dude.
Like sometimes we're gonna get a good song. Sometimes we're gonna.
Don't look at me like that kind of host. You know. I'm the kind of host that has a good time.
Yeah, exactly. Cheers to whiskey.
But yeah, so I mean, you're saying you got a group of people.
Mm-hmm.
Do you? But so when you showed up in Nashville, you had that idea in mind. And just thought, yeah, I could just show up to all these places and write with strangers. Like
not when I first moved to Nashville. It really freaked me out when I first moved to Nashville because like I always just.
How old were you when you moved to Nashville?
It was 5 years ago, so I was 23 years old. I just graduated college. I lived at home for like a year. I realized I always wanted to do something with music.
What did you go to college for?
I went to college for screenwriting.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Like adult films?
Adult films. No, not adult films. But we, just for writing... I was always behind the camera as a kid, I guess, because we were always just making like movies as kids.
Really?
Like that was like what we did. Yeah.
You make your own music videos?
We didn't make music videos. Like, because I didn't pick up the guitar until about 7th or 8th grade, probably. And my mom just taught me how to play G, C, and D. And she's like,
you were telling me that your mom plays bluegrass.
Yeah, she played bluegrass for 20 some years. She taught me how to play G, C, and D, and she's like, "Well, I'll get you started." Because
you said that your uncle also runs a bluegrass festival.
He did. It does no longer exist, but it's called Harmony Pines Bluegrass Festival. It was in Gilson, Illinois, a really small town.
How many people would show up?
Man, I don't know. It was when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
I wish I could have enjoyed it more.
Even if it's 500, that's cool.
Yeah, and it seemed like a lot of people. There's, vendors. All I cared about as a kid was like getting those like little firecracker poppers and throwing those around and buying swords. And
those are great.
Because it was all like in a wooded area, and like, so me and my cousins would just show up and play, and like our moms would be playing music somewhere. And
that's amazing.
So I grew up with it, but like that part didn't click with me until I was older. I was like, man, I wish that was happening right now.
Why wasn't I doing that? Yeah.
Like when I could have really appreciated it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's so true, right?
Yeah.
Like if that, like, imagine, but that's what's beautiful about being a child.
Yeah.
Those years when it was just so in the moment and you weren't so concerned about, well, right now you must be concerned about making money as a musician.
I am, but I'm getting by. I obviously got the side gig, and like I'm just writing music, and like I was just thinking about that the other night. I was like, well, I'm still just writing music. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. Yeah.
Like you are a songwriter.
Yeah.
I remember people asking me when I first moved here, like, oh, so you moved here because you want to be a songwriter? I'm like, I am a songwriter.
Yeah.
I just live here.
I can't.
Because they all live here.
Right. And that's the hard part for me is like getting over the fact of telling people I'm a songwriter. Like I'm comfortable with it now, but it's just like people ask me what I do. Like I serve tables, like
put down a lot of drinks, take a lot of orders.
Exactly.
Juggle
things.
Yeah.
And then but I'm glad that I have like a schedule that allows me to write during the week and like do music and like. Yeah, I would rather just do that for a living, but I'm also a firm believer that it'll happen.
You're happy. You're happy. You're just happy doing it.
I'm happy doing it.
So you'll just write it out until you find something where you're not serving tables, but you're in the music business. I don't want to say industry,
but I'd like to be in the part where I'm making music. Yeah.
So
that's the main goal.
Oh, that'll happen. You can do that in so many different ways.
Yeah, I know.
Especially nowadays. It is cool that you could just meet people. Like I didn't know your music, and you're here now playing it for me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I knew you already.
Yeah.
So most people that come here don't know them.
Fresh off the boat.
All right. I don't know if they're fresh off the boat.
Probably not.
They're usually American, but I don't.
You did
know
have
them.
one Indian on here.
Oh yeah,
right?
I did have an I have an Indian friend, attaboy. Yeah, that was cool too. Great conversations.
Mm-hmm.
That just learn. It's cool to learn It's good to learn about other people. That's something I love about cities, because we were talking earlier about cities.
Yeah.
Like, I want to live in cities.
Yeah.
I just like...
Nashville's a big little city.
It's a big little city, sure, but it's...
Yeah.
It's just, like, I can't walk across the street and just find some great food necessarily. Well, I mean, I know where I live in Green Hills.
But you
I kind of can here.
You need a car. That's
you
what
need
we're
a car.
talking about.
Yeah. You need. I just want to walk around. I want to take the subway. You can't even go to like a party and drink too much here.
Yeah, because
I'll have like 2
unless
or
you
3
get
beers.
like a $30 Uber ride.
Yeah. Well, Ubers aren't that bad. You get like 15, but still, for somebody that
used to stumble to the train and
no, but that's not what I mean.
Well,
I used to do that, but I
too.
mean, like, for somebody who's like $15 is maybe a lot.
Exactly.
Maybe I have rent coming up and I still don't have it.
So you drive and risk the fact that you might get a $300 ticket.
What was that song that we were singing earlier? Driving home and I'm wasted. This crazy line. That's JT and the Kentucky Brush Fire, my fellow people 20 of you that listen to this. We are putting out a record. That's happening.
That's awesome.
What do you think about that? Should we be doing that?
I mean, I think you should do whatever you want to do, man.
That's what I want to do. I just want to be helping people. I just want to be in the part of making music like you, and I like it. I like when it actually happens.
Yeah.
I don't like waiting around a year for someone to. I'm gonna have my record out next year. Well, how about you just come over and I'll record you today?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, play us another song.
All right.
Getting too philosophical.
Well, this was the first song I wrote when I moved to Nashville, when I wasn't aware of the whole co-writing thing. And I was missing Chicago, actually.
Yeah, you're from Chicago? No.
Well, I went to school in Chicago, so that's where I was that's where I came from.
That's where you became a person.
I guess.
From child to person.
Child to person. Yeah. But yeah, it was just, and then it got a little darker, but
definitely. Everyone goes through a dark age.
I was living in just by myself. It was like the first time I'd ever lived by myself.
Yeah.
I was in a new town. I was like, I miss
Chicago. Gotta learn how to enjoy solitude.
Yeah, and I definitely did learn how to do it because it was like I enjoyed it.
It's nice though.
Yeah. It's
good to know that you could carry your own weight.
Exactly.
Wow. Play a song.
All right. This one's called I'm Coming Home. Take the first train out of Memphis. Leave before that morning light. A suitcase and a pack of cigarettes. Got Chicago on my mind. You know I left my baby freezing, with her head between her knees, yeah. Way back up in that second city, with that windy city breeze. Time ain't been happening here. We stay the same, but our worlds disappear. I've heard that railroad train for 20-something years, but today that whistle blows, and I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm headed back up from the south. Went and found that man who shot my woman down. Snuck myself into his house. Put a shotgun in his mouth. Sat down and looked into his eyes. My heart was pumping blood and into my veins as cold as ice. I've done my dues and I've done my times. Paid my price to take his life. Time ain't been happening here. We stay the same, but our worlds disappear. I've heard that railroad train for 20-something years, but today that whistle blows, and I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Lord, I'm coming home. I'm coming home.
So you like black music?
Soulful?
No, black music.
Black music. Oh, like black comedy? Or like just
No.
dark? Just dark.
No, black people.
Okay.
Black people, the culture.
Yeah?
You know?
Yeah, I guess.
That's straight from blues and
I love blues.
and that's not but like I mean like 20s and 30s and 40s and that's it. After that, here's an interesting concept for you. I'm just throwing it at you. Great song though, by the way.
Thank
Great
you.
performance.
Appreciate it.
But I got all these ideas going about. Well, lately, I've been thinking a lot about time periods and what was being recorded, because not everybody, no one has ever had as much access to recording as they do now.
Right.
And I really like blues music. I like black music in general.
Mm-hmm.
I like hip hop. I like rap. Love blues, jazz. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love even like old blues, like early turn of the century stuff too. But I try to find that stuff on records, and it's so hard to find.
It sounds good on a record too.
Oh my god! I'll show you something before you
can
leave,
just hear
dude.
it.
I will show you something before you leave.
I like when I first started listening to this and you asked me to come over and play, I was like, oh, I should play some covers, and I had this song, but then I listened to the podcast and you guys were talking about more and more covers. I was like, okay.
No covers.
No covers.
No covers because
can't do it.
No, because this is
Yeah,
is
'cause
all
you're putting
goes
it
up.
up. Yep.
It goes up and you can download it.
Right.
Especially, I'm not trying to
Exactly.
break the law here,
Right.
but
And
I
I'm
am
not trying to make you break the law.
But I am trying to promote creativity.
Yes.
Anyways, but let me finish this point on the on black music is that I keep trying to find all like old blues music on records, and first of all, there's not a lot that was recorded anyways because they weren't recording black people too much, and it's funny that you take the 40s and the 50s and they start recording so much jazz and stuff like that, and you look at the pictures and the whole band is white but they're playing black music.
Right.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird.
It is weird, and it's like I don't really listen to music from the 50s. You know, I like 20s, 30s, and 40s, and then like I skip a little bit, and then like it's just that era where they were pumping out a bunch of great recordings and hits. They were only recording white people.
Right.
I think so. I don't disagree with me if
And
you
then,
want.
well, but I mean, Elvis did bring some black music into his recording, but he was
Of course
white.
he did.
Yeah,
but because he was
Yeah.
white and he loved black music
Right.
too,
Mhm.
and he brought that through. But
Yeah.
exactly, it came in the form
Yeah.
of a white man.
Yeah, I mean, it's
It had
definitely
to
just.
at that point.
I love just the way just
Didn't have
music
to,
has
but-
evolved, you know, because like
Humanity.
yeah,
But it's
and
also
it's
I mean
like ever evolving too. Like
it's also crazy that like a lot of music wouldn't exist if stuff wasn't so crazy before.
right.
If there wasn't slavery, there might not be blues music.
Spirituals, blues, like
If they well, also like I love Cuban music. They're great. They're great, and I don't know it
I
well.
don't know Cuban music well enough, but I know it's just like happy. It's
Just-
happy music.
It definitely is.
Uh-huh.
You gotta look. Yeah, that's definitely a difference between blues.
Yeah,
But like you look up Afro-Cuban music, and that only happened because slaves would come to Florida, and then they would ship them to South America and Cuba.
Mhm.
You know,
yeah,
and somehow they would go up to like Mexico, and that's why there's a lot of mixed color in Mexico. I think they found more
Right.
freedom there.
yeah.
I assume because I think the Spanish were still really taking over South America, and I think that's why they were the ones trading. Who else was trading? I don't know. We don't learn enough about that in school, huh?
No.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid that, like, one of the best things that I got out of high school was typing. I do appreciate that.
That is the truth.
I use it all the time.
I type really well because of high school.
That was a friend of mine last night when we were having barbecue. He's the one that told me that. He's like, "That's the best thing I got out of high school." I was like, "You're right. It's so true." It's typing.
Yeah.
And having read Frankenstein.
Yeah. I got really good at Oregon Trail, like as a kid.
I got really good at jerking off. I was so good at it. 1 minute, boom.
Used to time me.
Well, yeah, but I love black music, and I think, I mean, it's crazy. It's because it's true. Maybe it would not have come around. A lot of things, Afro-Cuban music, and just a lot of things that happened, and just, or even like Florida, take Florida, and black music there is like really Western, harmonic. They're using these brass instruments that are very Western, and then by which I mean like white around, like Mozart and all that kind of thing. Those instruments, they're using those, but they're playing them like jazz with those in-between tunings, and they're using minor thirds and major chords, and they're finding different scales, but they had their own scales. You know that? They had their own scales, and as Africans, they had their own music and their own scales. And then you ship them over here, and they give them all these instruments that don't play those scales and are not tuned to those scales.
Right, so
they come up with jazz.
Yeah.
They come out with jazz. They started, just using their ear, and like, well, we're trying to find these in betweens that don't exist on this instrument.
That's cool.
Well, I hope I could find more blues records. If anyone can help me out there, If anyone has some, I'll buy some.
Blues records.
Send me some blues records, and I'll send you something like my underwear. Just kidding. No one wants that.
A picture of me smiling, holding the record.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'll show you my happiness. That should be enough.
Yeah, that should be enough, right? But if it's not, and you have a really good blues record, well, I'll send you my underwear.
I don't know if that will be good enough.
Plays in the song. Where we at here?
Sure.
Plays one of them major tunes.
All right.
Just because. Oh, wait. Well, I was gonna ask you about that last song.
Yeah.
And we got into this whole.
Yeah.
I got into a rant, but that last song you were talking about going from Memphis up back here. Have you traveled down to Memphis?
No, I've never been to Memphis. Well, actually, I went to Memphis one time over spring break.
So you just made that up?
I just made it up.
You just felt like writing a song that...
Yeah.
You were just upset in your head, and you can play things out when you're just pretending them?
Yeah, and it came out like that. It was more so... I was just more so okay, I'm going to write a song. And I was missing Chicago. I think I had that first verse that came pretty naturally is got Chicago on my mind.
Yeah.
And then it just took a dark turn.
You just kept playing and singing.
Yeah,
it doesn't always have to be real. You're just making stuff up, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I went to college for, is to make up stories. And
yeah. Cool.
So this is just another way of making stories up or telling stories or whatever.
Storytelling. That's folk music, man.
This one's called Kick the Bottle. I had to remember. I was just about to play it, and I was like, what song am I playing?
You don't even have to name them before.
All right.
Whatever.
Well, I hit rock bottom the day you walked out that door. I went straight for the bottle, then straight to the floor. But I picked myself up one piece at a time. Now the world ain't so blurry through these unbroken eyes. And I had to choose which one to lose. So I kicked the bottle 'cause I wanna kick it with you. So I kick the bottle. Yeah, I swear that's the truth. Yeah, honey, it's good as gone. This time it's gone for good. It brought us nothing but sorrow, so I gave it the boot. Yeah, I kicked the bottle, 'cause I wanna kick it with you.
Nice.
There's a second verse, but I just blanked out.
Dude, dude, that was a great form. That's the point. You should play it like that.
Yeah.
Like how you just did. They had a great form.
Well, yeah, but there is a second verse, and I'm sorry because I did write that with another guy, and
Did you write the second verse?
and we wrote it all together. But
Whatever, dude. I like it like that.
well, thank you. Well, there's a little
Whoa.
snippet from "Kick the Bottle."
No way. I like it like that. That's definitely the best song thus far that I've heard.
Well, thank you.
Personally.
I wrote that with Simon Reed just to give him a shout out.
He's, again, not going to care. Right? He's not going to care?
No.
If we put it up for download and all that. And it's just some people. I am living in Nashville, and some people do have are signed to record labels. And they make these crazy contracts where if they record the song, you can't have it up anywhere else. You could do like a live thing, but it can't be downloadable.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's part of the contracts that they make. And just, ugh. You know what I mean?
Well, he won't care right
It's
now because
silly.
we're just trying to get outlets, you know?
It's so silly, the music industry. The old music industry. You're dead. Go away. So silly. Like, just...
Right.
It really was just people taking advantage of artists.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it was.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it's evolved too, and like there is points of that in the music industry. But if you find your way, like within a good,
I think it's gone. I don't think it could exist anymore. I think that form, like we're not gonna be the same contracts, or they're just gone. Like we're gonna do business in a completely different way, and it's not the music industry where you get in a room and you pump out hits.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do it that way.
Oh.
But I think we're really starting to come to songwriters.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, how good of a song can you write? You know, and the Beatles did that. They were there establishing the music industry while at the same time establishing the new music industry.
Yeah.
Boom. That's all ahead of their time they were.
Yeah.
Wow. But that's something that amazed people, huh? Back in the day, like how many of their own songs they wrote.
Yeah.
It's still amazing.
You don't see that as often. Well, especially in country music, you don't see that as often. But
because of what Nashville is.
Which is a great kind of outlet for songwriters. Like they kind of fix it to be, you know, like...
I don't like it. Don't like the music. Don't care. Never listened. Still don't care. Not gonna listen. You know, personally.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a business, and...
Yeah, it is. It's primarily a business.
Right.
I want to primarily make music.
Right. I think most artists still want to do that, too. Even country artists, to some degree.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And they can.
Yeah.
In fact... JT and the Kentucky Brush Fire is a country band,
right.
I think.
Yeah.
Forgive me if you hate that term, because he hates it when I tell him that. He will, like, correct me.
Yeah.
But...
What do they say they are?
He sent me... in the one text that he corrected me and labeled himself, he said they are rock, soul, blues, something like that. Or something like, and I was like, dude, that's country.
Yeah.
And what makes it country is that you're here. You know what I mean?
Like here as in Nashville? Or?
Well, you're here in the South. You're here, like you're in the part of the world that really produces country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The world.
Yeah.
This is Country Central.
Yeah.
And you're here.
Right.
And you're
making some
making,
sort of country.
You're making fantastic music, but it's real country.
Yeah.
It's not he hates it because of the relation it has to the Nashville industry.
Or where it's become.
But I don't think people care that much. Like, I know country's huge, but I think people are gonna easily wake up to all this new fantastic music that's being done. You know how I mixed his record? I'm mixing it by I played it off these monitor speakers. I went into the next room, set up the microphones over there, recorded it back, so it's a literal chamber going through this one hall, goes to the next room, to the art studio. And so I literally recorded a chamber sound.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then I just give it a little delay, and like and that's it. That, some compression, some EQ.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. That's the product. You know?
Yeah.
It's real. It's back. It's taking a 360. It's back again to where it was.
Yeah.
50 years ago. 60, 70 years ago. While black people were making great blues and jazz, and most of the blues, I think, back then, the white people were making great country.
Yeah.
There's just a parallel. There's a two-way street, I guess.
Yeah.
Not a two-way street, just two different directions. And somewhere like now, I feel like they're kind of. I think we're better than ever before, and I think more than ever, white and black people are coming together, and there's less tension, and we're really, hopefully, turning this into a brotherhood.
Hopefully,
right?
Yeah. Should be like that.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah. Well, play us another song.
All right. This one is... well, I guess you told me not to introduce him, right?
Just play him. Just fucking play him. We're just play him.
I'm going to say it for my help. It's called Don't Do Whiskey, which is not a true story.
Oh, the other song was good. We'll go back to the other song, but yeah, play me this.
Okay.
Don't Do Whiskey.
You were looking so good in that sunset light. Glass of whiskey on a Sunday night. Burned so good when I drank you in. Felt like fire upon my lips. Sweet addiction, you got me hooked. The very first taste I knew I would fall harder than I ever felt, the highest buzz I ever felt. But now I don't do whiskey, I don't do Sunday sunsets. I'm done letting you run poison through my veins. And I've got a clear head, I'm healing up from all the damage. So anytime it comes around, I pour it down the drain. I don't do whiskey. Every day with you was a shot of life. You could warm me up while sitting on ice, but you left me cold, you left me numb. At the bottom of the bottle you were done. So now I don't do whiskey, I don't do Sunday sunsets. I'm done letting you run poison through my veins. And I've got a clear head, I'm healing up from all the damage. So anytime it comes around, I pour it down the drain. I don't do whiskey. I won't sip it, shoot it, pour it. Ever since you cut us off, 'cause it makes me think of your lips, your voice singing our favorite songs. I don't do whiskey, I don't do Sunday sunsets. I'm done letting you run poison through my veins. I've got a clear head, I'm healing up from all the comes around, I pour it down the drain. I don't do whiskey. You were looking so good in that sunset light. Glass of whiskey on a Sunday night.
Nice. That's the second one you do about
Whiskey.
No, about not drinking. About
Oh yeah, I kicked the bottle. Yeah, I did those two.
Holding back.
Did I do that twice in a row?
That's okay.
I sing like I'm singing that song as I drink whiskey.
I know, right?
But it kind of came up in a cool idea, and like the girl I wrote it with.
I guess yeah. I mean, you're also writing all
Yeah.
these songs. Do you have any that you wrote?
That first, I'm Coming Home. That was the one I just wrote. Do you
By
want me to
yourself?
play another one that I just wrote by myself?
Yeah, the next one we do it now. Actually,
Just
Why
do
not?
it right now?
Yeah.
All right.
Put your whiskey down, sir. You hypocrite.
I look at the next.
You
I
hypocrite.
look at the next one, that I'm like, oh, this is the one I wrote by myself. Another one that I wrote by myself, and of course, it's called "Whiskey Tastes Good Tonight." I could do that as a nice contrast, or I could go on to another one.
Do that one.
All right.
So it was the other people that gave you that idea of like, oh man, it's all about kicking. Well, whose idea was it to write? So let's say kick the bottle.
Kick
Was
the
it you
bottle.
or
That
Simon?
was an idea that I came up with because I thought it was just like a cool, just different way to say. Like,
Well, actually, it was clever that it was kick the bottle because I want to kick it with you.
yeah.
So it was contemporary in that sense, speech wise.
But it was like kind of classic country as you sing it a little
Mm-hmm.
bit, and that's what kind of like made me want to. Or that was the first line I wrote for it. I kind of came up with like a melody and stuff, and then I brought it into Simon, and me and him usually come out with some good stuff. And
What about the last one you just played? I don't
do whiskey. I wrote that with a girl named Alex Masters, and she came into the room with that idea. She said she was drinking one night and she heard all these girls like, "Oh, I can't do tequila anymore."
really?
Kind of
I
like
got that
they
idea.
got too drunk off of this thing, and we kind of turned it around and like
Don't do whiskey.
doing like association with this person that you've.
That's
in a
the
relationship.
problem with writing all these songs with all these people. Like it's cool, but you come out with all these songs that are just the tiniest bit, not 100% you. I don't know.
It's true, but I mean that's about that's storytelling. Like
That's true.
you look at any form of entertainment. Like
Yeah, people
music,
write things together.
People.
It's definitely cool.
Well, I mean that in like movies, like it's like you don't go to just see true movies. Like
Right.
I mean you can go, and I enjoy documentaries. I enjoy like movies that were based on something, but like
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, what's the most people you think you could write with?
the most people I have ever written with. Well, the most people I've ever written with and gotten a song out of it are 3.
Nice.
I once was in a room with like 5 people, and that was just
Everyone's
way
fighting.
too much.
Yeah.
It wasn't, fighting. It was
No,
just
yeah,
like
but-
we couldn't all agree on something, and like kept on changing it back. And
I mean, I don't know. I've never done it.
you never have you've co-wrote before, right? Or
Never, no.
No?
Never successfully, no.
it's weird.
I can't. I've never personally been able to do it.
Like what I said, like when I first moved to Nashville, like everyone's like, you gotta co-write, you gotta do this.
Fuck them.
And well, I mean, you kind of do. So,
I'm over here with my opinions.
but
Fuck them.
and like, because it was weird because you usually think about songwriting as like something that's really true to you, and like
That's how I see
but
it.
then like, but like,
There's definitely an art and a beauty to doing it with other people.
yeah. And if I have a song that like I want to write that's very true to me, like I'll write.
You're
that.
gonna do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the song I'll do next.
That's important.
This next song.
As he
What-
sets down his whiskey glass.
It's not. This isn't the whiskey song. Unless you want me to do that right now. It's up to you.
Both.
Just doing both right away.
Mhm.
Okay.
Just play them back to back.
All right.
We'll know which one's which by what you sing. One time, I read something great. There's this great club in Boston called Club Passim, and it's my favorite venue ever
Shout
that
out.
I've ever been to. Well, you know what's great actually for anybody listening? You can listen to Club Passim, or you can watch performance in Club Passim live through Concert Window.
That's cool.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, it's a fantastic venue, but what was I gonna say? Made me forget. I started talking about concert window. Whatever.
You were telling me about the club. That
Great
you loved
club.
it. It's a good club.
Great club. Whatever. Oh yeah. The one thing, because you know how I told you like don't necessarily name your song.
Yeah.
The one when I wanted to do open mics there, I did some open mics there, and the thing that they actually had a whole page on how to do the open mic, because they just probably got fed up with all the bad open micers. And it's not Nashville. Nashville has way better open mics than Boston did probably. Mm-hmm. And no, they definitely do. Like 8 off 8 is great.
Well, I mean, there's
so many.
There's so many.
But let's back to Club Passim is the one night that they did do the open mics. They had a web. They literally have a web like link to just how to do the open mic, and the guy that runs it wrote it. And he says like one of the things that he says is, don't go on and on about your song, just play it. And if you were successful in writing the song, then people get the message, because people started talking like, oh, I wrote this one when this, and then this was happening. Like, shut up and just play it.
Well, when you have to explain your song so people get it, like
then you're not storytelling.
You're not really telling a story very much, but like.
Well, play me those 2 songs. You know which ones they are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't tell you the name?
No, back to back.
I don't think that you're coming home, 'cause I've got a feeling that you aren't alone. It's 4 in the morning, you won't pick up your phone. I don't think that you're coming home. Now I've locked the door, put a box on the floor, filled it with all of your guilt. I've wasted my time giving you all of mine, and you tore apart what we built. So go on and leave and just let me be. I'm filling my glass up with ice, and I'll be just fine when I turn out these lights, 'cause the whiskey tastes good tonight. Well, you had that look in your eyes, the blankest of stares with something to hide. Now it sits like a stone in the back of my mind, 'cause you had that look in your eyes. Now I've locked the door, put a box on the floor, and filled it with all of your guilt. I've wasted my time giving you all of mine, and you tore apart what we built. So go on and leave and just let me be. I'm filling my glass up with ice, and I'll be just fine when I turn out these lights, 'cause the whiskey tastes good tonight. Yeah, the whiskey tastes good tonight. Yeah, the whiskey tastes so good tonight.
Very nice. Can't wait till you're old and have a shit ton of songs. Then that's what I mean. That's a real story. It's cool.
Yeah.
Go on. Next one.
All right. Mark me absent one more day. My mind is up and gone away, though my soul will never change. My life has rearranged. Sidewalk cracks beneath my feet as if it's leading me to your warming touch, your everlasting love. There's a morning song sung by everyone, and it carries me along. My work here is done, gonna see my son. To thy kingdom come, past the setting sun, I'm headed home. Well, I'm heading home. So don't you cry for me. It's hard enough for me to leave, but I'll see my family, and you'll keep my memories. And cheers to all my friends. Yeah, I'll be seeing you again. Till then I'll be around, just up in heaven looking down. There's a morning song sung by everyone, and it carries me along. And my work here is done, I'm gonna see my son. To thy kingdom come, past the setting sun, I'm headed home. Well, I'm heading home.
Nice. And those two were just you?
Those were both just me.
That I so much regret not having told you to just play your own stuff.
Well, a lot of it.
Look, it's not that the other songs are bad, just those were the best ones.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Both of those were the best ones. And earlier when I was saying just a little bit of, what did I use? I gave it a euphemism. I said there's a little bit, like, when I was describing.
Yeah, you were saying there's just like, it's not as true when it doesn't come from just.
And
you.
I wanted to, and the only word that I can remember thinking that I wanted to say was dishonest. Not that it's dishonest, right. It's just that's the best part. Look, let me ask you, what's the best part of a song? What makes a good song?
I don't know, truth. So you can feel it.
Honesty.
You can hear honesty and like something that will connect with you.
It's just, and whenever, like, those songs that I always hear was like written by multiple people, unless it's like a Lennon McCartney song. You know what I mean? Well, unless it's a Lennon McCartney, but they were like brothers.
Right.
It's different.
Yeah.
But I just lacking in a little honesty whenever I hear. But that song "Kick the Bottle" though, I really like that one a lot.
Thank you.
Actually, maybe when we stop this thing, you'll record the whole thing of that song, and then I'll play it on the end of Kevin's podcast.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I always play a song at the end of a podcast now, and I'll do that.
Cool.
Or not. I don't know. I like these songs. I need something to play at the end of his podcast.
All right.
But one of these songs, I'll definitely play one of your songs. Maybe at the end of yours. I don't know. Well, those songs are great, man. I mean it.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, I really like those songs. I'm glad we got those recorded. I can cut these if you like and send them to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you can put them on your SoundCloud or internet website.
Yeah. I'm crossing out one side.
Yeah, no, I know.
So
What's another, that you wrote? Another really good one. That one's great. I really like the, just like the movement of the bass line. Boom. That's good.
Well, I got one more that I wrote by myself to play for you today.
Just one?
Yeah.
How dare you?
I'm sorry about that.
Write more songs. Just kidding.
Well, I like to shout out to all my songwriters out there. I like them like as friends, Like,
sure,
I enjoy making music with them.
Sure, but I'm not here interviewing, and I'm not interviewing you.
Right.
But I'm not here recording them.
Well, you're listening to the music.
I think if they were here in the room playing the song with you, maybe that would be a whole other situation.
Well, they're not, and I'm still going to play them. I'm sorry, Sal.
I forgive you. But
do you want me to play another by me, or do you want to save it?
No, I definitely want you to play that. We're at 50 minutes, man.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
It goes by fast, doesn't it?
It does.
Because it's fun.
It's fun.
Exactly. We're
Yeah.
just hanging out, and I turn it into a recording session, but somehow I kind of try to keep it mellow. Like, I don't even have the mics in your face.
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
It feels very natural in here.
You're just hanging out.
And thanks again for having me here.
No worries. But we're at 50 minutes, and I'm generally keeping them at an hour now.
Okay.
Just because I have no other form.
Right.
I don't know. So let's talk to me for like a little bit before we play your last song out.
Okay. Yeah.
Talk to me about something. I don't know. What's on your mind? Girls?
No.
Whiskey?
Whiskey's always on my mind.
Is it?
Not really.
Just kidding.
Just
I don't
kidding.
know, man. I really want to find some blues records though, for real.
Yeah.
God, if you see any out there, you go to records. Do you ever go to record shops?
I don't have a record player.
Remind me to play that record.
Yes.
The old blues one that I found, and it's Norwegian.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an original print, but they had it. I don't know, somehow they had it in Norwegian. Norway. I was gonna say somehow some Norwegian person had it, and it's cool too. Like when you go to a record shop, it'll tell you it says Norwegian import. Mm-hmm. There's a little sticker on it. Someone wrote that. It's still a tradable commodity. Is that what the word is? Did I say that wrong?
I don't know.
Point is, it's tangible. It literally is a record.
Yeah.
Funny enough.
Yeah, it's something you can hold, and it's.
I don't know if they first called it a record because it's a record, like a tangible thing, or if it's because it's been recorded. Well, I guess recorded. I guess it's just because it's a record, right?
It's a recorded record.
Not recorded necessarily.
Yeah.
Audio or orally. It's just a tangible record. I guess that's why it's called a record.
Yeah.
I guess so. I don't know. That's why I want to keep calling them records.
Right.
Well,
I mean, like, even when someone puts out an album in general, they still call it.
Why do they still call it album?
They still talk about it like as a record. Like, I really love this record. Like, you guys are gonna love it. But like most of the time, like people are getting it from iTunes and stuff. Like,
but there was a time in the 2000s when everyone was calling it an album.
Yeah,
Is it just me, or was there a time when everyone was calling it album?
Well, I mean, that's
and even I for like half a year was like saying album, and I was like, that's stupid.
Well, I think it got so ingrained in my mind too. Like when people started talking about records, like I was like, people don't make records anymore. Yeah. And then there became this whole like
everyone's
bringing them back, buying records, and now they
fucking love them.
Yeah.
Because I literally cannot hear those mixes, and me, someone that like I mix music every week.
Right.
I record you guys, and then I put it together somehow and make it so that everyone can listen to it on all sorts of platforms. The phone, I have to check it on the phone, on the laptop, in the car. I don't always do that when I get lazy, but I should. and I can't hear those mixes online. They don't exist. They only exist in the form of records. And anything online is so processed, and it's not the same.
Right.
And I'm trying to bring that back. I literally will buy them for that reason, so I can become better at mixing, because I actually really enjoy mixing.
Right.
Like, I love it now. And it's, I listen to the records just to listen to how they mixed it and how they recorded it.
Yeah.
I love mixing and recording.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a record. I'm gonna keep calling it a record. You know how we plan on putting out records?
Yeah.
Through pen drive. Did I tell you that?
Well, I've been listening.
Right.
The pen drive has been very prominent in your podcast.
That's the way to do it now.
Pen drive prominent podcasts. That's hard to say. Say that.
Pen drive prominent podcast. Pen drive prominent podcast. Yeah, it's different. But I'm supporting that people share it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Right.
I don't want to keep any music from you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like and we were talking about it. We were like before. I don't know with who I was talking about it with, but about there's a difference between wanting to share it because you think it'll make someone's day, and there's a difference between you're trying to play a song to attract people to come in and buy your product.
Right.
That's different.
Uh-huh.
So I want people to share it, but at the same time, I'm thinking about what to keep from the old music industry and assimilate it into what we're doing now. And I think there's still a place for ASCAP, and BMI.
Well, I mean, those are the people that protect all the songwriters.
Yeah. I've never, like, they're the ones that I've never disliked throughout this whole, like, through my teenagers and still now, I've always thought about, like, seeing the music industry as in, like, well, these people are terrible, but never did I see ASCAP and BMI like that. Like, they were always just there to have your back.
Yeah.
And it's really a small fee, and they can collect. And if you're actually producing content and good content, it's just a tiny ass fee for the amount of money that they generate for you.
Right.
Yeah, they're cool. There's still a place for them.
Yeah.
Wow. It's not that, like, who am I to be saying that anyways?
You guys can join along on this party.
Yeah, right? That's stupid. But that's all.
Just as long as you bring a bottle of whiskey.
Just bring me a bottle of whiskey and I'll let you give me money.
I accept whiskey and money.
Both tradable. And chickens. But they have to be young.
Yeah.
And young chickens. Dude. Yeah, I know, but no, but I mean that, like, not in the, like, you can join my party, in that, like, I still will use them as like, I will pay if I like have to, I guess, if I'm gonna put out this record with Kentucky Brushfire, then I guess I'll probably have to pay ASCAP or something.
I don't know how any of it works.
I don't know how any of it's gonna work.
I'm so oblivious to all that, and I wish I knew more, but
I know how it used to work. It used to be like the music industry would run everything, including the record label. So basically, here's how it works. From my understanding, from the little bit that I do understand, this is what I understand. There's two things that you can sell legally because they're copyrighted. One, the recording, and two, the composition.
Mm.
So you go to a record label, and they have all the equipment and all the engineers and all the marketing and basically everything that I'm doing. I'm not doing it as well, but they were
on the grand scheme.
On the grand scheme of things, I'm trying to do everything that they were doing.
Yeah.
And they own the recordings. Makes sense because they did record everything. Like, they own the recordings, not the composition.
Yeah.
And the songwriter owned the composition. And then you have to sell that product, but along the way, I guess you register it with ASCAP, the recording, not the composition. And I think that's why record labels got just so much. They just took so much of it that, like, you know what I mean? They kept most of it. Here's an example. Michael Jackson with Thriller, he made $250 million.
Not bad.
His record company made $250 billion. Now, what percentage is that?
10%?
No, less.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not 1%, is it?
Close. Something like that.
I don't math.
I think about it. It got to the point where, like, they would give you some cash, and then you'd record your record, and they would say, not until we pay off everything that we had to pay for do you start getting 12 cents a record.
And they got a lot of people to pay for it, too, like to promotion.
But 12 cents a record.
Yeah.
You wrote it, you fucking performed it.
Put your heart into it, yeah.
It was literally wouldn't like Kentucky Brushfire record that we want to put out, that wouldn't exist without them.
Yeah.
And me too. Like, yeah, like the way it came out and it sounds, but no one's trying to get greedy because we're all musicians and really trying to, and that's, I think, super something that we should focus on and give it significance is that musicians are now running the music industry.
Yeah, well, it's a fine
Whatever
line
it is, whatever the music industry is.
Because you want to make music, you want to enjoy making music, but you also want to make a living making music. I've still got whiskey. Thank you, though.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to. Well, yeah, you have to make a living. You have to feed yourself. But it's also how many hours are you willing to put into it.
True.
Which is, I'm willing to put in all my time.
The grunt work, yep.
Yeah. Like if I didn't have to work as a waiter, then I would be doing this more than just twice a week.
Yeah.
I could do 5 of these a week.
Yeah, and more even if you wanted to.
Yeah. And how many musicians would I be supporting because I do it for free?
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
They would just be like, and would just be producing content and it'd be new because there's so much content out there.
Yeah, I mean it's a wonderful outlet for music. Like,
I think so.
Yeah.
And it all came from selflessness.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't, when I moved here to Nashville, I thought, oh, well, I want to be a musician and I got to start putting my songs out there, and it was about me.
Yeah.
Then when I decided, well, I want to leave now. I actually don't really like Nashville that much. Industry here is not that great. I love the songwriters, but the industry is not that great. I don't really feel like being part of it. Then I thought, hey, why don't I got to do something, right? So then I just decided to start inviting people over, right? Like I told you earlier, and just to record. And it came out of that selflessness.
Yeah.
That's how this podcast came about. And something that, I mean, like my dad's a musician. And recently, the past few years, we started meeting some family in Mexico. And we would go, and at the end of the night, that's what we would do. They were all musicians too. Runs in the family. So we would hang out at the end of the night and just play songs. And it was just like this, like just a room.
Listen to each other, yeah.
Yeah, just 10 people usually, but we weren't trying to write songs.
Right.
Right. It was just 10 people.
Just
Pass around the guitar, and everyone plays a song. We're storytelling, everyone's talking, have a good time. And just that, and that's one of the best parts about music. It's literally like in front of you. It's not a huge audience. That's cool too if you're Freddie Mercury and know how to pull that off. But if you're not, if you're like the rest of us, then it's actually some of the best times are in a living room or
around a campfire.
Around a campfire, in your kitchen, anywhere. Just you in your bedroom. Just it's really intimate. Yeah.
I mean, that's what we do with my family. Like, it's on my mom's side of the family. Like, if you don't play an instrument, it's weird. Like
you're not a part of it.
Well, I mean, obviously we're not gonna shun the people that can't play music, but it's amazing how many people on my mom's side of the family can just pick up an instrument or just sing.
I think everybody could.
I think everyone can.
Probably. I think it's just like it becomes that thing when you're a little kid. Like, well, you want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Or even not necessarily just such a.
Or kid. Just people that dance. I mean, there are tone deaf people out there. Like,
you think? Maybe. I don't know if I've ever met. Maybe I have. I think I have met a tone deaf person. Maybe not.
Or maybe their voice is just not trained because they
not
started
at all.
singing.
Maybe they never tried. Literally, there's people that have. You and I have tried a lot.
Yeah.
Have tried.
That's because we love it.
That's all we do.
Yeah.
And there's people that literally have not even tried. Really, for just an hour. Just let me really sing this line.
Right.
And just get it right for an hour. Most people never really tried to do it.
Yeah.
But that's what we gotta help. We gotta promote it in early stages, and it should be a part of school, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Fuck's sake, it should be a major part of school.
Yeah.
Did you know that the Asian population has a larger percentage of people with perfect pitch?
I didn't know that, but I could see it.
Much larger because they do music as kids, and literally it's something that a lot of kids pick up on. You literally learn it as a kid.
Yeah. I
don't know if everybody, but that's the theory. Maybe everybody could actually learn it, some form of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It should be.
It's like that movie Elf.
What about that movie Elf?
He's everyone can sing. It's just talking, but just extending your voice or something like that. I forget what he says.
That's true. It is.
And I didn't quote the movie exactly, so we don't have to.
We don't have to pull this. Yeah. Some people have trouble talking too, though.
True.
Right?
I mean, I'm kind of I'm not a really outgoing person.
Yeah.
But I'll.
Yeah, you seem to have some anxiety. Is that fair?
That's fair. I don't know how much, but
Because, but you're also an adult now.
Yeah.
So you've grown comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wasn't always that comfortable.
Right.
I remember times being really uncomfortable and just self-aware and just didn't really feel like I had a purpose. Is it just me?
Well, I mean, I'm sure it's a lot of people.
Wow.
I never felt like I never had a purpose. Not to just like...
Yeah, no, not to
put you down or anything, but like... And I think a lot of that came from my family, like I love my mom and dad so much for even just allowing me to go to school to be a screenwriter. You know, and then...
my parents were super supportive.
Yeah.
Compared to a lot of...
And then coming out of it and just being like, I don't, okay, go serve tables for a while and try to, do that. No judgment at all. It was just and I feel like that's main, I'm not saying all families are out there don't do that, don't pursue your dreams, but it's just nice to come from a family like that, that's
Yeah, I mean, I came from a family of immigrants.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, my dad was a musician, but I don't think he ever really specifically wanted me to pursue it career-wise. My mom was probably the only person, but I mean, understandably, he's just looking out for me.
Yeah.
It makes sense. But my mom was it's probably the only person that never doubted me.
Uh-huh.
Pretty much, I think so. Everybody else, and my dad second, to that. But everybody else was at some point or another, and one of my sisters, a couple of my sisters, but I mean, I think everybody, all my sisters, and just and all my family and just all my friends and just everybody at some point, it's well, maybe it's not gonna happen.
Right.
I think, basically most of my parents have been the most supportive.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, only because they care about you, and I don't even think I think it's also in not knowing what else to do.
Yeah.
Good parents do that. In not knowing what else to do, they just support you.
Right.
Because ultimately, what else do you do? Or shun somebody out.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm glad I wasn't shunned.
Me too. I'm glad I wasn't shunned. There are people though, right? There's people that just kind of get kicked out of their family.
Yeah.
Some tough shit. Well, play us that with on a happier note. Is this a happy song?
No. I could play that Island Time song. That's kind of happy.
No, I want you to play one that just you wrote. Wait, what's it called?
It's called Wishing Well.
So it's not a happy song?
It's not really a happy song.
Play us a happy song. Just because. Because totally my fault. We started getting all philosophical, talking about life and on a day that we just shouldn't have.
Well, my only happy song is that Island Time song.
Is it a good song?
Do you want me to do the Crying Shame one? Do you want me to
Do you want me to do
I kind of want to do...
I put my dog down song. I have one called I Put My Dog Down. I have another one called I Got Hepatitis C. And then I have the other one, my Two Flat Tires.
Two Flat Tires. Which
one do you want to hear? Just kidding.
None, please. Go home.
Just kidding. Just play whatever you want. Whatever you want.
Alright. Well, this is a song called Wishing Well. It's another one that I just wrote by myself. We'll play it for you. I've been 6 feet under for just a few days. Been feeling like this since she's gone away. Now I roam through this yard, past the crosses and graves, searching for the plot where my baby lays. Might as well have died in a wishing well. Well, I see my angel up in hell. For where I am going, never tells me a thing. But my baby, yeah, my baby, she's calling my name. She's calling my name. Well, I hear her crying out in the wind, just longing to see her face again. And I've wasted my time living my life in sin, and heaven's just a place that I'll never get in. Might as well have died in a wishing well. Well, I see my angel are up in hell. For where I am going, the Lord never tells me a thing. But my baby, yeah, my baby, she's calling my name. She's calling my name. Oh, she's calling my name.
Nice. I'm glad you played that one last. It was good.
Thank you.
All the ones that you did by yourself were the best ones.
Well, thank you.
Just putting it out there. Forgive me.
Forgive me.
Me, Simon, and the rest of you.
Come, Simon.
But like I said, maybe if they were here playing them with you, they'd be different.
Yeah.
Well, anyways. Thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, any gigs or anything like that we need to put out there?
I wish.
All right, then.
No,
well,
I'll keep you updated.
Yeah, we can always write it on Facebook and all that.
Right.
Bye.
Too soon, traipsing through the universe, on my way back to you. I'm free falling into your heart. You don't fall into mine. Just say our goodbyes, maybe until next time. So I close my eyes as I fall into you. Forget that we're breaking all the rules, yeah. It's just the way that it goes. I'll take you with me wherever I go. I'll take you with me. Buried in...
Hey, that was ERA. Euphoric something. Totally blanked. But that was ERA, and they're going to be on the podcast next week. I met them through a Tribe Called Quest tribute concert that they performed, and they killed it. All the lyrics, every person was performing, and like people were they just did it right. And it's just, how do you pull off a Tribe Called Quest live? You got to be killer. So I'm excited. I've been waiting all month. Anyways, yeah, ERA. They're going to be on next week. Should have it up by like the 32nd, probably at the most. The latest. Maybe the 31st. Anyways, check them out.